Welcome to the Sangha House and our meditation YouTube channel. My name's Andy Spragg from the Sangha House, and it's lovely to be back here talking to you about meditation. You're going to do 2 meditations this evening. I really encourage you to join in. It's a great way to kind of round off your week and prepare for the next week. So all you need is a quiet space. Make sure you're not going to be disturbed. Turn that phone off. You don't need that going off in the middle of the meditation. So if you're a regular listener, we do tend to focus on different topics. And, there's quite a lot of, I guess, what you call chaos going on in the world today, isn't there? It's not exactly the most settled place, this little blue world of ours. And in our corner of it, in this country, this fair isle, it's also pretty mixed up. And I was thinking about it this week, about how we can actually use that very circumstance to kind of grow emotionally and spiritually, to use it as our teacher. So that's what we're going to look at. The answer to this, it kind of comes from a bit of a surprising place, actually, because it comes from the nature of us as a human being. The first thing to understand here is nature, actually. What is nature? What is its nature? Well, the simple fact is nature is chaotic. If you go into a forest, let's say, you walk through that forest, you'll discover it's quite difficult to get through. There's bramble thickets, and the trees are not helpfully arranged in a grid. In a natural forest, there's no paths, so it's very difficult to penetrate. That's nature in the raw, and actually that comes into every aspect of our lives because we are part of nature. The problem we have, us human beings, is that we like order. We like things nice and predictable. We're not great with change. Some of us, like a lot of variety in our lives, but true hectic change, we tend to resist as human beings. We don't like it. And whenever that happens, actually we react with tension. And this is the key here. So even science talks about this chaotic nature. It talks about the laws of thermodynamics. And in those laws, essentially it says that everything decays to what's called entropy, which is chaos. It's one of the reasons hot water goes cold. Have you ever wondered that? Why does hot water go cold? What's the explanation for that? Well, there it is. It's this decay to entropy, this natural degradation into a less ordered, chaotic state. In actual fact, in that forest, you'll find there's lots of animals there, and they also want to drive some order from that chaotic environment. If you listen to the birds, you'll hear a real sort of cacophony of birdsong, but actually under the surface, those birds from the same species are using their song to bring some order to that chaotic life of theirs. So they're warning each other of danger. They're perhaps identifying food sources, or they're looking for mates. So those very birds, they're reacting the same way as us. They want that order. They want to understand their lives. They want it to be a little bit predictable. Maybe not as consciously as we do, but they want it. So we're going to investigate this a little more. But first of all, what we're going to do is our first meditation, which is the body scan. Now, I always start with the body scan. Anyone that's regular to the show will hear it. It's one of the most important meditations in Buddhist practice. For one thing, your body is fairly portable. You're always carrying it around with you. And it can tell you a great deal about what's going on. Here we're going to use it first of all as a source to focus pure awareness. So we're going to let thoughts go. We're going to focus our senses and our mind on the stimuli received from those senses, primarily the sense of touch, because we feel our bodies. And we're going to go in and look at that experience of the body, and we'll discover actually there's a lot of chaos there. There's a lot of constant change. So set yourself up, find yourself a nice, comfortable place. It's important that you are comfortable, so you don't have to sit in full lotus on a cushion on the floor. There's nothing wrong with a chair. The only thing I recommend, have a nice, gentle, upright spine, because if you're slouching, there's a good chance that the sleep mechanisms in the body will be activated and you'll doze off, which is fine. If you need to sleep, that's fine. I won't be offended. Well, I probably won't know, will I? But actually, in meditation, we're looking to be fully present and fully aware. Okay, I'll be right back. So welcome back. We're going to start our body scan meditation now. Settling down into your seat. Key here are 3 things. You're looking for 3 things. And the first is pure awareness. What you can actually feel. The second is tension. To let it go. Release the tension in the body. When we let go of tension fully, the body becomes still, and then subsequently the mind develops a stillness to it. The third area is the influence of mind. It comes in obviously thoughts, mental objects, memories, etc. But also it can come in terms of expectations. So we may be saying to ourselves, I'm sure I should be feeling more here. That's just an expectation, that's a judgment. Let that go. Okay. So settling down, eyes gently closed, gaze below the horizon. Take a couple of nice deep breaths. Relaxing and settling in a feeling of letting go on the out-breath. And settle a gentle intent in the mind that you're going to stay with the practice. An intent to not let the mind wander. Pure, bare attention, experience, awareness. Nothing else is needed right now. And we start in the feet. Take your awareness down into your feet. And just tune in and feel the sensations here. What can you feel in your feet? You probably find tiny little sparks of energy across the skin. Notice the nature. They're not static, they're moving and changing all the time. They're chaotic. Look at that. Come out onto the sole of the foot and gently up over the heel, up through into the ankle bones. Really drive your awareness in here. There's less sensation here, so just drive your awareness in. But remember, what you're feeling is what you're feeling. Nothing else, nothing less, nothing more. The purpose here is not to feel lots of sensation. The purpose here is to drive the mind to a place of pure awareness. Now we lift our awareness up into the shins and the calf muscles, and we let go of tension. Just softening all the time. Travel up gently into the knees and become aware of the knees. Explore them. Knees are complicated things. What's going on in there? If you do encounter any discomfort, rather than reacting with tension and trying to put it away, accept it. It's just another sensation. The pain in the body is just the same as a tingling in the foot. It's another type of sensation. So we go in, sense of acceptance, softening any tension, and we experience it. What's it like? Now gently work along the thighs and the hamstrings. See if you can pick up the contact of clothing perhaps. And we come up into the sitting bones, settling into the seat, relaxing down. Feel the deep stillness of the earth through the seat and let that come up into you. Really connect with it. A shared moment, this moment, you are in this moment with the earth right now. Get a sense of that. And as you relax down, just let the head float up a little. Feel that sense of strength and purpose gently come into the spine. Now let's take a look in the heart space. And bring your awareness into your heart. Notice the nature of the feelings and sensations here. It's important to let go of thought. The heart, the gut, the twin energy centers of our emotions. When the mind encounters emotion, it switches on and tries to justify why it's feeling like it does. It reaches out for an explanation. It wants to understand. We let that go. We just feel. Resist the mind's desire to understand how you're feeling. And instead, just feel. But notice the experience, the feelings here. We rarely have just one emotion in our heart. Take a look. See how you feel. Soften in the shoulders. Let go of all your tension. And then let the awareness travel down the arms and down into the hands and the fingers. How do your hands feel? How do your bones and your fingers feel? How do your fingernails feel? Again, nothing static here. Constant sea of change in the experience. Back up to the head now. Take a look across the scalp. Soften the face, easing out tension, letting it go. Gentle, smiling, contented feeling behind the eyes. Just happy to sit with pure awareness, because nothing else is needed. And then I like to bring everything together. All of the sensation that we've felt through the body, we bring together in our awareness. These thousands of constantly shifting, changing awareness, flashes of energy through the body. Nothing static, very chaotic. That is our body. That is our experience of it. Containing our emotions. The only solid quality we experience here is the earth underneath us. Everything else is changing all the time. The scientists would argue that the world is changing too. But sitting here right now, in all honesty, I can't feel that. But I can feel all of this change, this chaotic nature, right through it, throughout the body. Sitting gently, full awareness, nothing else is needed. So I really hope you joined in with that meditation, and I hope you got something out of it. What you might have noticed, when we bring the body completely together, we become aware of just the nature of it. Nothing is static. It's really quite fascinating. You know, when you look at your own body, you think it's fairly static. I know we've all grown. We got quite a lot bigger than when we were babies, but day to day it looks pretty much the same. But when you settle down for meditation, you feel it. It is constant change, constant churn, nothing static. The Buddha talked about something called dependent arising, which we'll go into deeper in another show. But the nuts and bolts of it is that each and every moment is dependent on the previous moments. And it might sound obvious, but what it does is separate our life into these tiny little chunks of time. And they're very, very small. I mean, if you, during the body scan there, you probably felt, to capture the shortest little amount of time, you feel the spark of energy on the sole of the foot, and then it's gone again. And actually then that moment's gone. It's just history. It's a memory. and we're in a new moment, and we're feeling new things. And this is constant all the time. That is the nature of life. There is no constant. So how do we start learning using this type of thinking from the chaos in our world? Well, let's have a look at the modern town or the modern city. I mean, there you've got the ultimate embodiment of man's desire to draw structure and form out of this chaos. An immense load of effort is put in every day into a whole series of processes that drive order from the chaos, that maintain the town or the city. I mean, in very simple terms, we sweep the streets. If we stop sweeping the streets, very quickly the dirt will come back in, weeds start growing and so on. Chaos back into the city. And you turn into one of the offices in that city and you go in there, you'll see the same thing playing out. So you've got a bunch of people there doing jobs, and they've all got defined jobs. Job descriptions, roles, we all have them these days. HR departments love them. But they often fall apart. You know, it doesn't matter how hard we try. There's often crossovers in those job descriptions, or there's gaps in them. And when that happens, tension comes in. You get one person blaming the other because the wheels have come off a project or something. And in the extreme of circumstances, you know, people can lose their jobs because of it. So, come back to this. How do we actually learn from it? Well, actually, if we start to accept and understand that underneath the surface, chaos is there, we can bring a more compassionate approach to our society. In that modern office, if we all understand the wheels every now and then are going to come off because that is the natural order of things, we'll be more gentle on each other. There'll be less blame. From a society perspective, you know, the way other countries run their affairs and so on, they're going to have different approaches to navigating this common problem of chaos. So they might come at it in different ways, rather than us resenting them for that and going, you shouldn't do it like that, you should do it like we do it. Actually, just to see that we're both wrestling with the same problem, that natural chaos under the surface. There's something to emphasize here. I do not believe for a minute that it's wrong for us humans to wrestle with this. Actually, you know, if we're going to live our lives, if we're going to learn academically, we're going to progress as a civilization, we have to work hard at this particular problem. So it's not surprising we get tense from time to time. As an example, you think of a modern hospital. There you've got an institution that essentially is fighting against the ultimate expression of chaos. They're saving lives. Now, if they're going to do that, they've got to have these role descriptions. Everybody's got to know what they're doing, and they've got to know what their colleagues are doing. Otherwise, it's not going to work. You will have chaos. So yes, I do believe we should do these things. If you think of our modern parks, here in Taunton, we've got a beautiful park called Vivery Park. I absolutely love it, but it's not natural. There are beautiful trees and lawns and so on, and flower beds, but it's not natural. There's a lot of time and effort gone in to making that park. If those carers for the park disappeared for 2 weeks, very quickly that would start to deteriorate. So they're working hard, they're putting a lot of energy in, but I love it. I like the fact that they're working hard on it. So this very human thing, this desire to drive structure and form, it's not a bad thing. That's not what I'm saying here. What I'm saying is, by having that awareness of chaos underneath, we naturally will move towards a more compassionate place, an understanding that we're all in the same boat. We all have that pressure, and we shouldn't blame, we shouldn't judge. We're going to come on to our second meditation now, which I think, well, hopefully it will highlight one big aspect of chaos in your personal existence, and that is the nature of your very own mind, which you will find is far from structured, it's far from ordered, it's very chaotic. Hope you enjoy it. So our second meditation, let's bring ourselves back to the present moment thoroughly. Just gently close your eyes again. Resting here. Check in with the posture first. Let that head float up a little. And drop that intent into the mind and the heart that you're going to stay with the practice fully present. Just be here with me, thoroughly and completely. Take a couple of nice deep breaths and settle in. Now I want you to return to that perception of your body, the whole body. So bring that awareness back of all those thousands of sensations. And just look for a minute at that experience. That constant change, the constant flow, nothing static, except perhaps for your perception of the earth underneath, which is nice and still and steady. Pure awareness, nothing else matters. You feel perhaps a gentle churn of emotion in the heart. Don't let the mind start thinking about it, just feel it. Now as you sit, you'll start to possibly become aware of your body breathing. You feel that gentle rise and fall in the chest, the body drawing in the air. Try not to let expectation or judgment take over, so if you find your mind is saying, I should be driving this air, this breath slower, deeper, just ignore that. Let the body draw the breath exactly as it wants to, and just watch it, just observe. Feel the body breathing. We feel that in-breath and out-breath. We realise that we're actually only present in the current breath. The previous breath is gone. It's just a memory. We're only alive, aware, in this breath. Just feel that as you gently breathe. Then we notice that the breath consists of two parts, the in-breath and the out-breath. When we're breathing in, the previous out-breath is just history. So we're fully present on the in-breath or on the out-breath. Notice that and experience it. And then we start to notice that between the in-breath and the out-breath, there's something going on. There's a merging. There's a moment. So we can go into that space, that tiny little moment, and experience it. When we're sat there, the previous moment is gone, and the next hasn't arrived, and we're fully present, gently, between the in-breath and the out-breath. Go into that space and have a look. Keep everything softened and relaxed. No tension, not even the mind. Let it go. Gently in the background, while we're watching the breath like this, we keep a level of awareness on the body, the space around us and the earth underneath us. So we're building a complete picture of our experience right now, in each and every moment, understanding that that's connected with the earth. The very earth is in this shared moment. We can feel it. We can also understand that every single creature on the planet is in this shared moment. No matter about time zones, doesn't matter where they are, they're here, right now, experiencing this moment. All of us. We're all experiencing that gentle shift, that constant change, that chaos in our lives. This is what connects us all. So there's a new dynamic I want you to bring into this now, the nature of your own mind. While you're gently breathing, just become aware of mind, not the thoughts that flow through it, but mind itself. Go into the space between the thoughts, behind them. That's mind. What's it like? How big is it? Can you find the corners? Thoughts will come through. We can almost treat them as boxes with the thoughts inside. So we see them flow through the mind. But as we do this, well, it's almost like the box has got a packaging label on. We know what the thought is about. We don't have to open up the story, but we know what it's about. We can get an impression of that as the thought is born in the mind, and then we can let it go. So in this way we can start to see the nature of the thoughts that arrive in the mind, the mental objects, and hear Just like the body, our experience will be one of chaos. Our minds are not structured, ordered places. They're chaotic. Take a look. Sit gently. Don't follow the stories of the thoughts. Just take a look. So now we have a complete picture of this moment. A thought rolls through the mind, we experience it. A sensation in the body, a sense of the earth underneath us, and our emotions in our heart space. We're just watching all of this. This is the complete picture of our experience right now. Just feel it. And then it's gone. And the next moment appears. Different thoughts, different sensations. Nothing static. Human experience. Be content with it. Sit with it. First time we start to realize this, it feels a little unsettling. Just soften into it. Sense of acceptance to the nature of true reality. Don't push it away. We can develop a gentle intent to take this practice out into our week, our working week. Sense of deep acceptance for the nature of the way things are. Compassion for everyone and everything that's around us, because they're all sharing the same struggle. Like ripples in a pond, we make a difference. Om Mani Padme Hum.